Hi guys, my name is Keith Neurotis, known as the leader and superior of Club LASM, aka lover of animated shows and movies, and I am here with Gilbert.
Hello there.
And of course, Colby.
He's no longer sick anymore.
First things first, how are we doing this lovely Saturday afternoon?
Well, at this time, it's Indie Animation Day at the time of this recording, so just trying to share as much as I can for some projects in the works, like the Ebony Witch, the Obsidian Archives. I have a link in my Blue Sky if y'all wanted to see that, but yeah, it's important.
How about you, Colby?
Yeah, it was alright. I was sick for a week, but then I got better.
Sorry, but I remember what I was doing the day before we recorded it. I finally watched Wolfwalkers for the first time.
Oh, you watched Wolfwalkers? Oh my god, it's been such a while since I watched that movie. My god.
Okay, so what happened, which is ridiculous. What happened is I have not used my Apple TV in a while because I was very busy and tired, and I saw the art book of Wolfwalker, so I got that because now I have a better appreciation for art book as of late, and I was saying, okay, you know what? Might as well watch the thing. So I watched it, or tried to watch it, but then Apple said, sorry, we locked your account.
Oh my god, why? I don't know why they keep locking accounts from us like this. It's ridiculous.
And they gave me this email thing to put some codes in there. It's like, okay, codes. I did it 3 times, and then they said, we locked your account. We'll contact you back in a while.
Oh my god. Thank you for reminding me that I have to watch Wolfwalkers, because I saw it before, but I was trying to figure out where to watch it. Thank goodness I have Apple TV, so I can just rewatch the film.
Yeah, so yeah, I would say out of all the Cartoon Saloon movies I've seen, I really love The Secret of Kells is still my favorite, but Wolfwalker is definitely tied to it.
So forgive me about the background noise, because I'm currently at my grandmother's house spending over here over the weekend. But I will tell you this about the updates that I have for USF. My first class will be online, but I can tell you now, the first day of my actual fall semester will be around late August. August 24th will be the start of my first USF class. The fall registration is finally open. I wanted to get the fall registration open out of the way, so that way I can just enjoy the summer and make sure to try to record as much videos as I could and edit as much as I could over the summer. Though I wanted to be my end goal, all that jazz. And I wanted to tell you more about everything that happened over the course of the past month or two. Once we do another session, if we have a full house, because it'll be livid.
I'm just excited for a couple things that are coming out. For one thing, my family and I are going to see Mortal Kombat 2, starring Billy Butcher. I also saw the Mario Galaxy movie, pretty good. But what I'm most excited for, the amazing digital Circus.
Oh my god, don't remind me. It's been such a... I wanted to get the tickets. I need to get those tickets and just watch it in theaters, because I do not want to try my hardest to wait in a span of a week to just have it out on glitch. It's literally just going to be spoiler everywhere. Spoiler everywhere. I need to get those tickets to see it in theaters.
I to get the tickets literally on day one, right after the trailer was released. And I was looking at my local theater, and 4 seats were already taken. I was like, oh my god, I gotta do this very fast. And of course, the new indie pilot for Glitch Gableverse.
Oh, I saw that yesterday, and it was amazing.
I
show going around called I forgot what it was called.
That had something to do with a girl named Butterfly.
It was Planetronica. Yeah, that's the one. And there was a lot of fan art of Butterfly going on.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Just like there's a lot of hype around Kit in Gameoverse. It doesn't help the fact that she's voice actress.
You mean voiced by Erica Lindbergh? You were literally about to say voiced by Erica Lindbergh, but then something got cut off.
Hey, sometimes my memory is fuzzy, okay? My memory is fuzzy, so I can't always remember the name in this particular second. But yeah, that's her.
Yeah, with the said, we should just get to Jentry Chau. We get to today's topic, which is Jentry Chau. Like, my god, I wanted to talk about this show so much. So, I already have my scripts and everything. But please, I have to inform you, I do not want to recap the entire season. Like, recapping every single episode, because it's going to take forever and a day to get through. So we're just going to get to the important jazz. I'm all into recapping when it comes to shows, but we are dissecting a full-on season of the show, which is indeed Netflix's original cartoon, Jentry Chau versus the Underworld. So I will do all my might to be blunt, sweet, simple as possible when it comes to recapping what this show is about. Jentry Chau is a Chinese-American teenage girl that lives in Seoul, Korea with her great aunt Flora, or Gugu for short. But upon discovering her fire-like powers on her 16th birthday, Gugu relocates Jentry to her childhood home in River Fork, Texas, where there she has to confront her traumatic past, the truth about what really happened to her parents, and trying to live her quote-unquote normal life despite being labeled the demon girl, all the while fighting off a literal demon Mongwei that is tracking her down for her powers.
I should point out that the Gugu is not really much of a nickname. It's a term. It means paternal aunt in Chinese.
Paternal. I mean, it still counts as like great aunt, right?
It's like you refer to, a member in a Hispanic family. You would call them like tia or tio, or aunt and uncle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or abuela. Yeah, but that's pretty much for Jentry Chau. The only unfortunate things that I have to bring up for the show is that while it is a good show, the bad thing is that it is short-lived. Literally, this just dropped in one 13 episode season, and on December 5th, 2024. So it was very short-lived. However, there's a good and bad thing about this.
What?
I'm gonna get the bad thing out of the way first. One is pretty much had to bring everything to a close as much as it could. It almost feels like the Owl House season 3, but without the other seasons to back it up.
That's so unfortunate. What's even crazy is when I saw episode 10. Episode 10 was originally going to be the finale. And I could definitely see the following episode supposed to be season 2. Unfortunately, it just got picked up for only 3 more episodes. So I have to wrap up 3 episodes for that.
I think they actually shortened the episodes during productions.
If only we could have got 2 seasons.
Well, it's not only did we get a short-lived show, it was even shorter. But I am glad that the people behind the show did manage to bring the story to a close as best as they could, which is more than you can say for other shows.
Me too.
Another thing that I found the show interesting is that it took place in Texas, of all places.
Which is where you are at right now.
Well, where I'm from. But yes, I am a Texan. Now I know what some people will say about Texas, but hey, I love my home. I try to do my best to make things better, as best I can, and try to make things work. What's really got my attention when it comes to like Texas in this show was episode 4, Forget the Alamo.
Oh, I remember that show when that one presenter literally possessed all the students. That ending really creeped me out.
So for those who don't know, because I don't know what they teach in school these days, the Alamo was one of the most infamous battles in the Texas Revolution, where Texans, the white settlers, are trying to settle in here to make money, and then some white settlers came over here from America, and then they wanted to make their own state similar to South Africa, so they tried to negotiate with then Mexican President Santa Anna. He just threw him in jail. In fairness, the main reason because those settlers wanted to bring slavery, which was illegal in Mexico. Something that the students in the beginning of the episode kind of alluded to, some of the disturbing reasons why they wanted to remember the Alamo, or rather, they don't want to talk about the messy details of the Alamo. But I both like and dislike the episode, if that makes sense.
Oh, it's like you're like in between. You're kind of in mixed feelings about it. I've had that type of mixed feelings when it comes to the following episode, which is episode 5. Because, my God. Let's talk about the characters in the lore. Because, what were your favorite characters when you started watching the show?
Okay, favorite characters. I can do that.
We can just get
that
all the
would
way.
be Ed.
Oh my gosh, Ed.
The Jiangxi, a monster in Chinese lore, and he's just funny as hell. He kind of reminds me a lot like King from the Owl House. Like if King.
I swear he does.
That's what he would do. Just taking selfies, posting videos of him being a monster, and everybody calling him cute and making memes about him.
What's so hilarious is like I know the voice, I know the name of the voice. I keep forgetting what the names of voice. Who voiced Ed and Jentry? Because I know his name. It's like it literally slipped my mind.
So yeah, Ed is my favorite character. He's hilarious. Gugu, he is a very, very interesting character. I don't want... Now, I'm not trying to compare everything to the Owl House, okay? I don't want to do that.
I know.
All I know is there was a moment in there where she just lied to everyone and got her family killed. She just reminds me a bit of Bellows. Mainly because of the lying and family death.
No, not. I wouldn't go as far as to comparing Gugu to Bellows, because
definitely
Bellows was way worse than that.
I know, he's still no, the man was insane. Gugu is just like...
Yeah, but when it comes to Gugu, she all the actions that she was doing, she thought it was a good thing for her. Unfortunately, she doesn't even know the consequences to her actions of that said decisions that she makes. Especially when he later on revealed that Jentry had those powers was coming from the robe. Unfortunately, when the parents were about to deliver the robe from this very interesting antagonist that is Chang, or which was possessed by the Mongwei, Gugu wouldn't allow it.
Oh, wait, I'm not gonna lie. What Gentry's parents did, it was pretty crappy. Like, This is literally a Faustian bargain, making a deal with the devil. Now, I'm not sure if the Mogwai is the devil figure in China, but I definitely know that he's a friggin' monster. Oh, what do you know? I'm just looking him up right now. Apparently, yeah, he is kind of a devil.
I know, right?
So yeah, Gentry's parents were trying to make a deal with the devil. And when did that work out for anyone? And so yeah, the dad suffering in DU, which is almost basically hell.
That was
Chinese
dark and
war.
twisted. My God. And I thought he was dead, but it's like he's like somewhat in the in between, suffering. It's like giving this mentality of I have no mouth and I must scream, of just being completely tortured.
And in this case, he kind of deserves it. But Jentry Chau, the person of the Underworld, I guess for the first time in a while, that is not Husband Hotel or guys, I guess it literally shows or at least in recent memory, the punishment of hell or something close to it.
Like, oh my God, and it was dark, and it was like supposed to target the young audience. Damn. Like if only we just getting another season. Imagine how dark it would have gone for a second season. I would be invested completely.
That would just be like amazing and disturbing at the same time. I would have loved the second season if we can explore more of DU. And of course, we cannot forget our main star of the show, Jentry Chau, Chinese American with magical powers. And two characters comes to mind with that, Juniper Lee and Jake Long.
But still, every time I watch the show, I'm always thinking of that Gentry is most likely the not only the main protagonist, but the tragic character type of protagonist, because she literally just got roped into this whole demon-like situation, especially when it comes to already turning 16 and just discovering her powers for the first time. And all of a sudden, it's not just that. Having to witness her father's death as a baby, and she thought that her mother has died as well, but realistically, spoiler alert, her mother's memories have been erased, and the real reason the fire happened was because of the fact that she saw her mother, who she thought was dead, which makes it more tragic. It wasn't even her fault that her powers went off at such a young age. My God.
But like, given the economy we are living in right now, and that Gentry's fire has burned a lot of stuff, economically speaking, they even pointed out in the show that it was just devastating. And yeah, I mean, of course they're gonna use her image as a tourist trap. Like, hey, come see the town where it only got burned down by this demon girl.
And she has to live with the fact that she's being labeled as the quote-unquote demon girl, which is so unfortunate.
Especially from the vice principal, who reminds me of that mythology teacher from Jake Long. Just a really obsessed guy.
Do not get me flipping started with that piece of turd! But you know what? F it. I'm just going to get to the f***ing elephant in the room right now. First off, this I cannot stand his ass. Cannot f***ing stand his ass. Fucking hate him.
I shouldn't laugh, but this your reaction to this man and who he reminds me of. But at least he turned his view around Gentry, shortly after, and even begging her to save him, like, save me, Gentry.
No, that just shows how much of a hypocrite he is. I can't fucking stand. Like, listen to me. How is no one is even addressing this? I mean, as much of how good they're like showing this, despite their mixed feelings of watching the reviews of the show. How is no one addressing this man? I feel like I'm the only one in this video who's going to fucking address this guy.
here's my address to the guy. Now, all right. So here's my address to this guy. First of all, Wheeler, as despicable as he is, one, I can't blame him for initially, reacting negatively to the demon girl, especially when he lost his child, Slinky.
That is the worst excuse for this grown-ass man to not only outing her powers like that. On the ending of episode 9 still pisses me off to this day, because it still doesn't excuse the fact that this grown-ass man literally ruined her life. Because, let me tell you, he literally constantly stalked her, harassed her, antagonized her, all while having footage of the fire incident, making her relive her trauma while it was literally on camera. Why? And it's over f***ing blanket, Gilbert! A baby blanket!
Have you ever had a child screaming? Have you ever had a child screaming into the house for a long time? It can break a man. I mean, I'm looking at his hair. I'm looking at this dude's hair, and I'm starting to suspect that is not natural. Whatever that kid may have done, I mean, it took a lot out of him.
Oh my gosh.
And second of all, you may think it's hypocritical of him to say that, but he did say that I was wrong. Please save us. Like, hey, like when it comes to in a world full of a-holes, especially the time we're living in right now, if he can admit that he's wrong, he's sorry, and so it's a start. Okay, I'm not saying it gives him a full pass, but it's a start. It's all I can ask for. Like, I want an apology and your admission. That's what I want for a start, and maybe some money. But we can negotiate that later.
And just after watching the movie Bugonia, Wheeler is starting to remind me more of Teddy from Bugonia.
Which is that? It's a remake of a South Korean movie, Save the Green Planet.
Yeah. Long story short, basically the movie Bugonia is about Teddy and his autistic cousin Don kidnapping a CEO because they think that the CEO is an alien.
Okay, now I'm just reminded of SpongeBob.
Don't. Please don't.
When they
I remembered that episode so much.
Thinking that he's a robot.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the alien abduction episode. Damn. But seriously though, you have to watch Bugonia. It blew my mind. It blew my mind.
And so Gentry, I feel bad for your girl, and thank God that you managed to get your life back in order. Cause holy hell, that was just awful. I can't imagine, like, at least with Luz, it wasn't forced upon her or anything. Like, everything else just came afterwards. But Gentry's like, she was traumatized. Then she was a goddamn baby. Like, that's just messed up.
You know what else is awful messed up in this world? Love triangles. If there's one thing, any trope that we cannot stand when it comes to shows and movies, love triangles.
You know what? Funny you mention that, because that was actually gonna be my thing that I was going to discuss.
And we're addressing that now, cause why? Why? In the show, a love triangle, of course, between Jentry, Kid, and Michael.
Do I have a lot to say? That so, Michael is the football player who really wants to be a musician, but he just takes a sweet time trying to make decisions for himself.
And I'm out here
dragging people along the way.
and I'm literally asking, why not can't just do both? Why can't just do both? Because let me tell you, Damian Lillard is a basketball player, but does music in his part-time. Like, why can't he just do both?
Now,
He can do music in part-time. Plus, Michael's a wide receiver. Come on, Mike Evans is a wide receiver.
Which I am under the assumption that is a good thing in football. I'm sorry, I suck at sports. I would not know.
I've been recently watching the Bucks game, and let me tell you, I'm still to this day upset that Mike Evans left and joined the 49ers. So there's an open spot for wide receivers for the Buccaneers, Michael. You can still do music in part times. Like, it's not a tough decision. You can do both.
That's another thing about him. Like, he wants to do music full time, and I'm like, dude, I understand that the parents may be kind of pushing it a bit, but hey, that's what part time is for. You can learn to play better. Okay.
Take the High School Musical route.
Yeah, take the High School Musical route, but don't be Troy Bolton. Don't drag.
God, late. What is that?
Oh, Stella, oh my God, Stella, like, your planet, don't you? Like,
Oh, I love this so much.
But was also pretty interesting. He's got this vision, which, yeah, like any good prophet, you try to stop it, and crap happens because you try to.
Which missed opportunity because, spoiler alert, the parents also knew that Michael had future vision, which could have been further addressed on the show.
It could have. I don't know when they could have, to be honest. Like I said, if we had another season, maybe we could. It might be some sort of myth and lore tied to it. I'm not entirely sure where this particular power came from. So I might need to look closer into that, if there are any. I mean, the last time I tried to check, again, it could have been addressed had they had a chance, but they didn't.
And Kit? Oh my God! When I saw the ending of episode 4, what?
That is the painted skin demon, and yes, it's an actual,
Especially when it comes to the beginning of episode 5 with his parents. It's just dark. Like, why? You should not smile. I know for a fact that parents should not be smiling like that. Oh my God! Like, look at this. Look at this, man. I cannot take it seriously because of how dark it looked on my end. Like, I can't with this. I can't.
Oh dear lordy, I mean, they look like someone who's been Joker gassed. Like, tell me that's not how they look if Joker, put his toxin in them. Like, give them some red lipstick and paler skin, and yeah, the resemblance will be uncanny.
Like, I know this is actually Mr. Chang speaking through these guys, but it's just not normal. Heck, even when they were eating rats, it's just not normal. It's not normal. Like, not literally eating rats, but literally sucking the soul out of those rats as their meal. But it's just no.
Those rats actually kind of remind me of Hilda. They got a rat like that in the sewer. So I had a friend who was comparing Kit to Junyu from K-pop Demon Hunters and asked who deserved, more redemption. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. I don't know, it's been maybe a year since I've seen the movie, but I would have to say maybe Kit.
Really?
Like, I felt more bad for Kit than I did for Jinyu.
Wow.
So, alright, okay, so hear me out here. Kit, he spent hundreds of thousands of years as the painted skin demon. And yeah, his whole purpose is to suck in the life force out of people. But I can't blame him for that because he's a monster. Likely, probably even born a monster. And even then, like, at some point, he was like, hey, I'm tired of doing this. I want to be a real person. And by the time people find out about him, like, they just reject him. And that's how he kind of feels with Jentry. Like, he wants to, you know, be vulnerable, to be himself, but just things just went crappy for him. And yes, I'm not defending his stalkerish actions, okay? I'm not saying Jentry should have gotten with him, okay? But, like, I gotta figure out where he's coming from. Like, he really doesn't know how to express love in a more healthy way. Although that being said, I really do love his artwork of Jentry. I thought that looked pretty cool. Genu. So, let's talk about him.
Okay.
A long time ago, he wants to make a life better for himself, and he left his family to die.
Oh, wow. But he did felt guilty later on about it.
Now, I'm not saying Genu doesn't deserve redemption. So, sacrificing himself, that is pretty noble, same with Kit. But if I had to pick, I would pick Kit.
Now I'm starting to understand that more later on.
And again, you may disagree with me on that, and I completely understand it. I mean, Genu, come on. Have you heard Idol? That song.
Idol? Heck, and Soda Pop too? Man, they really had some good tracks in that movie.
I feel I'm being way too negative over this movie. I should be more focused on the positive. I'm gonna focus more on the positive, okay?
Yeah, for instance, the animation was on fire. Fight scenes are on point, including the theme song. Oh my god, I was so obsessed with that theme song nonstop. Until later on, I realized, oh, it was Cat's Eye that was performing the theme song. No wonder why it slapped S tier gold.
The fact they got some other songs featured in the show, I think it was also involving K-pop there. It's got some it's got some good songs in there.
And SZA?
Doing a karaoke of an actual K-pop song.
Which makes sense because it was in Korea.
I feel like Ann Boomchoy and Jentry, they would probably be friends, like the best friends. The animation really did a great job with it, and the fight scenes were fantastic, and I really love how they're bringing the lore into the show, especially when it comes to Chinese myths, because, yeah, a lot of these monsters that you see in the show, including ox head and horse face, yeah, those are real monsters.
Yeah, they did a wonderful S tier job when it comes to these character designs. Like, they were on point with that.
And while there are some things in the writing that, it's just typical of me, that I feel that was just a bit messy. But overall, the show was pretty great, funny, tragic, especially with the complications of family.
Generational trauma.
Hurt you more than family.
Generational trauma.
It's always a generational trauma. Is this what time we're living in right now? Are we just living in the era of family trauma in these shows and movies? Or has it always been that way and I just didn't notice? Like, now I just feel, oh my god.
I thought you've been noticing it before, but now we're just seeing it here. As I said, it's like, do you have a favorite episode or favorite moment in the show?
So I really, like I said, I really love how they're putting in the mythology into the show. So I'm not sure moment is the right word. I do love how they're just bringing out the monsters into the show, and even having the Texas Fair in the show, and including the big statue there. Yes, that is a real statue in Texas. Although I'm not sure about being burnt down by Gentry. And it's also nice to. What I'm also loving about some of these shows is that we're being set in shows that is not California or New York. We're going to places like Texas or Connecticut, even briefly in the Owl House. But yeah, more diverse settings is what I'm asking for.
My favorite moment really came from episode 11 when Jentry tried to escape from the DU while being possessed by the Mongwei. Like seeing the design of, what is it, purple violet-ish or like violet-ish version of possessed Jentry by the Mongwei, it gave me flashbacks. It gave me flashbacks of the third Spider-Man movie with the, what is it, the Spider-Man black suit or Spider-Man Venom.
Oh yeah, and of course, holding no punches when it comes to tragedy. Like I said, there's something that I really love that they were funny, but some of the gut punches there, like we've seen in Amphibia and the Owl House when Luz and Anne die, disappearing, and then they come back. I'm not gonna argue how with Anne, but with Jentry, oh my god, she was literally disintegrating not just her body, but her soul. Her friggin' soul was disappearing. She would literally cease to exist.
Oh my god, what? When did that? What episode was that?
Well, that was in the last episode, or okay, the episode before when she gets stabbed by the Mogwai, and then she was disappearing there, and I think Gugu said.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say Gugu. I'm sorry if I did not mention her.
It was Gugu. Gugu literally died in the first episode, but then came a ghost throughout the course of the show.
And she said herself that, hey, you got a couple of options. You either go past through the DU and, they'll come back as something else, or you can stay as a ghost and watch your loved one pass you by while you eventually disappear. And it reminds me of Land of the Dead for the Book of Life and Coco.
I remember that movie.
Your soul, even when you die and you go to the afterlife, you still have the risk of being disappeared.
That was real good. Rice and
Like-
chicken?
God, is this still something there?
Of course.
Okay,
So that is just really, really devastating. At least we know, because in the Owl House and Amphibia, at least we know they can come back because hey, this is Disney, man. I know we can kill off a villain if we're allowed to, but we can't get rid of the main characters like that. But Jentry, oh my god, for Gugu, like no, she will just cease to exist. Like bye bye Gugu, we hardly knew ye.
Single studio box review of this show speaks for itself.
Oh god. Imagine how dark it would have been if it was an indie series. Having the amount of creative freedom they would have gotten, oh, it would not be for children. Not be for children.
I mean, I'm not sure if children is the word I'm looking for, but say it would not be for children because, I was actually watching a video called Tale Foundry, and he was arguing that, sometimes kids need a bit of darkness in their story. Some of the best movies are. I think of the past Disney movies. They're so remembered, and especially when they were so freaking dark. Snow White was freaking dark as hell with frightening imagery. I mean, yeah, it may look like dated now, but like still pretty frightening and wicked with the evil queen and the witch.
So guilty.
Oh yeah, the Hunchback. Oh my god, like Hellfire and Frollo's death. They're all very remembered to this day.
So how about you, Colby? What are your favorite ones?
I think one of my favorite episodes have gotta be like when like Jentry reunites with her like mother, and then there's the whole sleepover party thing that turned dark. Not turned dark. Turned into a locked in the hellhole.
Oh, lock in. You mean it's not a sleepover? It was a lock in.
Oh,
Yeah. Look.
my bad. I thought it was a sleepover.
No, it was a lock in.
Sorry, the NyQuil might have messed up my brain when I was
It's,
at the time.
It's fine. It's fine. Another episode I was reminded of the lock-in is the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, which also happens to be the season finale of season 3, I think. With Penny and her boyfriend, trying to stay together. And
But they ended on a cliffhanger with just them running away.
like,
Oh my god.
at least look. I can criticize Jentry and Michael's, their relationship. Okay, I can there are some things that some of the dynamics of them too. It's certainly something, or how they got together is a bit questionable, in my opinion, especially when it comes to cheating. Yeah. No one ever talked about Michael cheating on a girlfriend with Jentry, huh? And then I'm not talking about Sally. I'm talking about that girl that just came in with him.
Oh my god. Oh.
Again, love the show. It's like when you watch Gravity Falls and you realize that Mabel drugged Robbie and Tambry.
Oh yeah. I remember being.
I'm not critical of Jentry. I'm not trying to be critical or nail. I'm just trying to point things out. Oh my god, I can't believe they did that. It's not me being mean. It's me being I'm not sure if laughing is the right word, but oh my god.
And even when the creator Alex Hirsch revealed in one of his books that the spell did wear off and they still end up together, it's just no.
It's also like in Star vs. the Forces of Evil, they'll say that it wasn't the blood moon, and I'm like, no, it was the blood moon. It just made you people think that.
They just forgot about continuity. That's just what it is. They just forgot about continuity.
They're trying to absolve yourselves. I'm trying to speak in universe, okay? I'm trying to speak in universe. I'm not trying to say lazy writing or anything like that, because that itself is just that's just too boring. At least I don't think it was as bad as Penny and the boy in Louder and Prouder, because oh my god, them running away together, that was just too far. Maybe next time we can talk about Louder and Prouder, but Penny, I understand where you're coming from, especially with your family going around trying to restrict you and all that, but have some self-restraint, girl.
Plus, she needs to get rid of her friends too. They suck. Except for Zoe.
Oh,
Keep
definitely.
Zoe.
Michael is kind of okay too. In Proud Family, Michael, he's okay. I like him. When I talk about these shows, well, it may sound negative, and I'm not gonna lie, it may be, but I'm doing it for fun. It's fun for me to talk about in universe there. When I see these shows, I was like, someone should probably call the police on that, or something.
God. Oh gosh. But anywho, guys, thank you guys so much for bringing today's podcast. But still, love it or hate it, you cannot deny Jentry Chau versus the Underworld was still a really good show. It really got us going.
It definitely is, and like I said, I love the show. I love the lore, and I love it took place in Texas. The Alamo, I can appreciate some parts of it, but overall, great show.
I know. With that said, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that way you won't miss out on any more of the awesome content with me and my friends. With that said, I bid you peace. See you guys! Thank you guys.
Seen ya.
Alright.